Hi, it's April 10th, and we're in Boston, Massachusetts. Today is a nationally coordinated day of actions across the country, from California to the White House in D.C. and cities in the Midwest. Where we are right now is in Boston, outside the Regional Fusion Center, or SPY Center. And with us is an organizer of all pro-privacy, pro-civil rights actions like this, Alex Marthews, who is the president of Digital Fourth. Maybe he can explain something about today's purpose, both in Boston and nationally, why we're here at the Fusion Center.
Thank you, Joan. Spy centers or fusion centers are the unknown red-headed stepchild of the surveillance state. They aggregate data at the state level and at the local level on innocent Americans, and even if the data they gather is false, they just flag it as unreliable and keep it in their database for 5 years, just in case it'll prove useful. So it completely did not help with the Boston bombings, because while the Tsarnaevs were planning whatever they were planning, the local fusion center was busy investigating savage and horrific terrorist organizations such as Veterans for Peace, United for Peace with Justice, Occupy, and so they were going for what was easy, which is peaceful groups that have First Amendment protection, but that do organize publicly and on social media because it's legal for them to do so. And nevertheless, they got harassed, they got interrogated about their associations, and this was all documented in internal documents that the ACLU got a hold of. So we have been working with people in California and elsewhere to put together a national day of action to highlight fusion centers, that they're in our communities, that they are gathering this information and putting it into what they call suspicious activity reports on you, on me, on anybody, and there's very little publicity or oversight on what they're doing. So we are calling for them to release their secret files, just like what was done in East Germany in 1990 after the fall of the wall. People got to have a look at their files and see what the government was keeping on them. That's what we're calling for. We're calling on the state of Massachusetts to defund the 2 fusion centers in Massachusetts and across the country, the now 85 fusion centers. We're calling on each state government for them to be shut down. At the same time, we have a Freedom of Information Act request that is going into the Boston Regional Intelligence Center today, which is going to ask them for a lot more transparency about what they're doing, what they're collecting, what they're sharing. Why is it that they have partnerships with private organizations like Bank of America? Why is it that they are allowing the NSA to come in and to provide data to them on innocent Americans? The public needs to have answers to these questions, and we are here to demand them.